So, before we dive into solving problems, let's first understand what a Riemann sum is. So, a Riemann sum is a concept from calculus that helps us estimate the area under a curve. This is especially useful when finding the exact area is difficult or impossible using simple formulas. So the idea is we take the region under a graph and divide it into smaller sections, usually rectangles. Then, we calculate the area of each rectangle and add them all together to get an approximation of the total area. Now in our case, instead of using a formula, we're working with a table of values. That means we're given specific points of a function, and these values act as the heights of our rectangles, while the differences between the x values gives us the widths. So by multiplying each height by its corresponding width and adding everything together, we get what we call the Riemann sum. This method gives us a good estimate of the area under the curve, even we don't have the exact equation.
So what is Riemann sums? Riemann sums are used to approximate the definite integral of a function over a given interval by summing the areas of vertical rectangles. The process involves partitioning the interval into subintervals and evaluating the function at specific points within each of the intervals. So the three most common rules for determining the height of these rectangles are the left-hand rule, the right-hand rule, and the midpoint rule. These rules allow for the calculation of Riemann sums using tables of values, providing a method to estimate the area under a curve without needing to graph the function. So sabi dito, ginagamit ang Riemann sums para i-estimate o tansyahin ang area sa ilalim ng curve o linya sa graph. So, may tatlong paraan daw para malaman kung gaano kataas ang bawat rectangle. Una, left-hand rule. So, sa left-hand rule, kukunin natin yung taas galing sa left side. Right-hand rule o sa right-hand rule naman, kukunin naman natin yung taas galing sa right side. So, the third one is midpoint rule. Sa midpoint rule naman, kukunin natin yung taas sa gitna mismo. So, that's all. Thank you.
In this problem, we are given a table of values for x equals 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And the corresponding f of x equals 3, 7, 5, 9, 6, 4. And we are asked to approximate the area under the curve using left and right Riemann sum. First, we identify the interval from 0 to 10 and divide it into 5 equal subintervals, which gives a width of triangular area equal to 2 units. For the left, we use the left endpoints, which are 3, 7, 5, 9, and 6. Multiply each by 2 and get a total of 60 square units. For the right, we use the right endpoints, which are 7, 5, 9, 6, and 4. Multiply each by 2 and we get 62 square units. The difference of these two results shows that one is an underestimate and the other is an overestimate. The small gaps between the rectangles and the curve can be described as triangular areas, which are part of the approximation error, and their sizes vary depending on how the function changes over each interval.
Now, let me walk you through the step-by-step solution for this problem number 2. Step 1 is determine the delta x. First, we need to find the width of each subinterval, which we call delta x. The interval given is from 1 to 9, and it is divided into 4 equal subintervals. So we compute it. 9 minus 1 divided by 4, which give us delta x is equals to 2. This means each rectangle we are forming has a width of 2 units. The step 2 is identify the right endpoints. Next, since the problem specifies a right endpoint Riemann sum, we use the right endpoints for each subinterval. So for each subinterval, from 1 to 3, we use the value at 3, which is f3 is equals to 6. Then from 3 to 5, we use f5 is equals to 4. From 5 to 7, we use f7 is equals to 5. From 7 to 9, we use f9 is equals to 8. These values will represent the height of our rectangles. So, step 3, apply the Riemann sum formula. Now, we apply the Riemann sum formula. The approximate area is equals to delta x multiplied by the sum of the functions value at the right endpoints. So we write 2 multiplied by the quantity of 6 plus 4, then plus 5, then plus 8. So step 4 is compute. Next, we simplify the expressions. First, we add the value inside the parentheses. 6 plus 4 plus 5 plus 8 equals to 23. Then, we multiplied it by 2. 2 times 23 is equals to 46. So the final answer is 46.
Let's solve problem 3 using left and right Riemann sums. First, we identify the given values. The x values are negative 2, 3, 8, 13, and 18. And the corresponding function values are 12, 4, 8, 10, and 9. Next, we find the width of each subintervals. We use the formula delta x is equal to b minus a over n. Here, a is negative 2, b is 18, and there are 4 intervals. So, delta x is equals to 18 minus negative 2 divided by 4. That gives us 20 divided by 4, which is 5. Now, for the left Riemann sum, we use the left endpoints of each interval. These are function of negative 2, function of 3, function of 8, and function of 13, which corresponds to 12, 4, 8, and 10. We multiply each by delta x, which is 5 times 5 plus 4 times 5 plus 8 times 5 plus 10 times 5. That gives us 60 plus 20 plus 40 plus 50, which equals to 170. Next, for the right Riemann sum, we use the right endpoints. Function of 3, function of 8, function of 13, and function of 18, which are 4, 8, 10, and 9. Again, multiply each by 5. 4 times 5 plus 8 times 5 plus 10 times 5 plus 9 times 5. That gives us 20 plus 40 plus 50 plus 45, which equals to 155. So the left Riemann sum is 170 and the right Riemann sum is 155, and that's how we solve it. So yeah, Riemann sums are actually really useful because they help us estimate the area under the curve where we can get the exact answer right away. They are basically the starting point of integrals in the calculus. Once you understand this, it gets a lot easier to deal with more advanced math later on. Thank you po.